So we were looking at Unit 4, drugs acting on CNS. In that we are dealing with the subtopic sedatives and hypnotics. We saw the classification. Classification includes benzodiazepines, barbiturates, and amides and imides, alcohol and their carbamate derivatives, aldehyde and their carbamate derivatives. Examples for benzodiazepines: chlordiazepoxide, diazepam, oxazepam, chlorazepate, lorazepam, alprazolam, and zolpidem. Then barbiturates we have further divided into based on the duration of action. The long acting are barbital, phenobarbital, mephobarbital. Intermediate acting are emobarbital, butabarbital. Short acting are pentobarbital and secobarbital. And we have one more that is ultra short acting, that is thiopental. And glutathione is the example for amide and imides. And meprobamate and ethchlorvinol are the examples for alcohol and their carbamate derivatives. And triclophosodium and paraldehyde are the examples for aldehyde and their derivatives. Then we saw benzodiazepines. First candidate is diazepam. It will have diazepine ring. Okay, diazepine ring fused with benzene. So benzodiazepine class. So we have to remember this basic ring, and most of the times we have chlorine here and phenyl group here as a substituent, and the changes happened at nitrogen and the adjacent position here and sometimes here. Okay, excuse me. Then we saw the synthesis of diazepam from its immediate candidate, that is chlordiazepoxide. So the structural difference between diazepam and chlordiazepoxide is that it will have an oxide here, and instead of carbonyl group, you have NHCH3. It is synthesized by combining its what we have done acid hydrolysis. Then we have reduced carbonyl group and we have added methyl group to the nitrogen. Then we have compared our chemical structures of oxazepam, chlordiazepoxide, which is having carboxylic acid group, lorazepam and alprazolam. Alprazolam we have triazole ring used with the diazine ring, diazepine ring, and zolpidem is having somewhat different structure than the classical benzodiazepines, where we don't have benzodiazepine ring, but it was modified into the other heterocyclic. Okay, what is that heterocyclic ring? Pyridine fused with imidazole. Okay, pyridoimidazole. Then we saw the structures, general structure of barbituric acid. Okay, barbituric acid structure is very easy. We have to fuse urea with the corresponding ester. So the first candidate barbital sodium is synthesized by using urea and malonic ester. Okay, and we have added sodium hydroxide to make it a sodium salt. So what is the next candidate in our list? That is under barbiturates we saw barbital, right? So then we have to see phenobarbital, the structure of phenobarbital. So you know the basic structure, right? C double bond O, NH, NH. Here you will have C double bond O and C double bond O. So carbonyl, amine, carbonyl. Here two substituents, again carbonyl and amine. Okay, so these are alternately arranged, easy to remember. So only thing is you need to observe and practice. So what is the difference here? So phenobarbital will have a phenyl substituent. Earlier we saw in barbiton you have two ethyl substituents here. So here one ethyl substitute will be there and the other ethyl substitute is replaced with phenyl group. Okay, it can also be written as C6H5. Okay, phenyl group can also be written as C6H5. So this is the difference between what? Barbital sodium, barbiton, or phenobarbital. Barbital and phenobarbital. Difference is we have extra phenyl group. And let us see the mephobarbital. 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 Again, you draw the structure, the same structure as that of phenobarbital. Let us see what is extra there. Okay. C double bond O, I'll write in the other line diagram instead of expanding every carbon. Okay, we can write like this also. Here C2H5 ethyl group. Here C6H5. Both are same. Okay, C6H5 and this phenyl group are same. Okay. So what extra? The extra is you have a methyl group to the nitrogen. Here to this nitrogen, you have a methyl group. So it has become methyl phenyl barbital. So methyl phenyl barbital. Methyl group is here, phenyl group is here. So mephobarbital. So phenobarbital, you have phenyl group instead of one ethyl group. In mephobarbital, it is further addition of methyl group to the nitrogen, okay, to the same structure that of phenobarbital. So that is how we need to compare methyl and phenyl group. Okay. Then the next candidate is amobarbital, right? Amobarbital will have amyl group. What is amyl group? I'll show you. Okay, so you know the structure, basic structure. 2NH double bond O, double bond O, double bond O. Okay, and to this you have ethyl substituent, and the other substituent is the amyl group. Observe what is amyl group. CH2, CH2, CH. To this CH, you have two more methyl groups attached. This is a five carbon containing functional group. Okay, having atomic arrangement as shown here. Okay, so if you see only this part, this is isopropyl group, right? And it is linked with ethyl link. So CH2, CH2, CH, the last carbon is a tertiary carbon, okay, because it is attached to three more carbons. One, two, three. Tertiary carbon. Okay. So this is the amyl group. So that is the reason it is amobarbital. So the name, if you observe, has changed according to the substituent at this position. Okay, fifth position. Okay. Then the next candidate is butabarbital. So you can easily guess what would be the change. So here instead of amyl group, you will have butyl group. Butabarbital. So write the same structure. NH, NH, double bond O, double bond O, double bond O, and two substituent at fifth position. One is ethyl group. Okay, the other one is isobutyl group. CH, CH3, CH2, CH3. So I'll write this group here. CH, CH3, CH2, CH3. How many carbons? 1, 2, 3, 4. Four carbons is a butane, right? But the one methyl group is secondary. Okay, attached as a secondary carbon. So it is isobutyl group. So remember this. Buta. Okay. So the changes are occurring at the functional group placed at fifth position, right? So then we have two more, pentobarbital and secobarbital. Okay, both are all similar. Pentobarbital and secobarbital. Pentobarbital and secobarbital. So you know the general structure of barbiturates. Write it down. Two substituents here. Double bond O, double bond O, double bond O. Okay, one is ethyl group. Likewise, we have what you have here, pentyl. And the other methyl group is secondary in nature. So, pentobarbital. Likewise, we have secobarbital. You know the common structure. Double bond O, two substituents here, double bond O, double bond O. Okay, so what is the difference here? Here, there is no ethyl group. There is no, not even a single ethyl group is there at the fifth position. So what are they? CH2, CH, double bond CH2. And CH, CH2, CH2, CH3. And here you have CH3. So this group is similar to this. So pentobarbital having, what is it? Butene. Butenyl substituent instead of the second ethyl group is secobarbital. Okay. Its other name is phenobarbital. Phenobarbital. So what if someone gives you the name instead of barbital, if he pronounce you that pentobarbital sodium. Okay. If he adds sodium in the name, it is very simple. You have to, in this portion, you have to remove the double bond, and O will be minus and Na will be the plus. That will be the sodium salt. In any drug, if it is mentioning sodium salt as sodium salt, you have to do the necessary changes. If it is not a sodium salt, you put double bond O. If it is a sodium salt, single bond O minus and Na plus. Okay. So that will become a sodium salt. That is the only difference. Okay. The remaining structure will be the same. NH, double bond O, double bond O, C2H5, and this is same. CH3, CH2, CH2, CH3. So what is it? Pentobarbital sodium. This is this. This is pento barbital sodium. Okay, so that is how you will show the sodium salts from their corresponding structures. So so barbiturates are very easy to remember structurally also, right? Structurally also they are very easy to remember, correlating with their names. Fine. So shall we continue or shall we wind up here? Okay, fine. So let's now see amides and imides. The only example we have under amides and imides is glutamide. Okay, so the structure is like this. What is it? It is pyridine, but it is not aromatic. So it is what it is, tetrahydropyridine. Okay, having two double bond O's, two carbonyl groups attached to the NH on the either side. Okay, here two substituents. You have two substituents. One is phenyl group. One is phenyl group. The other one is ethyl group. Okay, so tetrahydropyridine is also called piperidine. So it is a piperidine ring. Remember, it is a piperidine ring. Okay, then what we have? One phenyl substituent and other one is ethyl substituent. So how can you remember? You have ethyl substituent and it is an imide. Okay, what is imide? Imide is this part of the molecule. Where do you have this part? This part is the imide. Okay, amino group sandwiched between two carbonyl groups is called as imide group. Okay, so that imide you have in our piperidine. Okay, in our piperidine, we have two carbonyl groups adjacent to the amino group. So that is making it a imide functional group. Okay, fine. So then we have alcohol and their carbamide derivatives. Alcohol and their carbamate derivatives. So what examples we have? One is meprobamate, meprobamate. The second one is ethchlorvinol. Ethchlorvinol. So observe here it is a central carbon. Okay, having four substituents. Okay, Me for methyl, PRO is for propyl. Okay. Amate indicates that it is having carbonyl and amine group. Okay. So I am writing CS3 methyl. Okay. And I'll write propyl here. So propyl. Then I'll write amates. What are they? CH2O CONH2. The same group present here. CH2O C double bond O NH2. Okay, let me write this also. This similar size. CH2O C double bond O NH2. So this is the amyl and carboxylate. Okay. This simple is this structure. Then we move on to ethchlorvinyl. Okay. It is also having a central carbon. Here you have ethyl group C2 CH2 CH3 is nothing but C2H5. Okay. And above you have hydroxyl group. Here CH double bond CH. Okay. Cl. This side you have C triple bond CH. So chlor indicates there is a chlorine atom. All indicates it is a OH group. Eth indicates there is a ethyl group. Okay. What is vinyl group? Okay. Vinyl group also will have five carbons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. 5 carbon containing group with double and triple bonds at both the ends is called vinyl group. Okay. So this vinyl group, as it is having hydroxyl group attached to one of the carbons, it can be called as vinyl. Okay. So this is the structure of ethchlorvinyl. Remember that you have ethyl group, chlorine atom, and hydroxyl functional group. And it is the basic structure is a vinyl group. So these are the two structures of meprobamate and ethchlorvinyl. These are the two examples under alcohol and their carbamate derivatives. Lastly, we have aldehyde and their derivatives. Aldehyde and their derivatives. So what are the two examples? One is trichlorphos sodium. The other one is paraldehyde. These are also somewhat paraldehyde structure is somewhat interesting, and trichlorphos sodium is somewhat it's a phosphate. Okay, phosphate you saw in ANS. Okay, parasympatho mimetics. Right, permanent deactivators of acetyl cholinesterase enzyme, right? Did you remember the structures of malathion, parathion? Okay, likewise. So see, it will have phosphate as the central atom. P double bond O. Other side it is hydroxyl group. This is O minus and Na plus. Sodium salt, right? Sodium salt. This side you have another O. To this O you have CH2 CCl3. So triclo, three chlorines, phosphate group. It is a sodium salt. Okay, sodium salt of phosphate. Okay, having trichloromethane. This is trichloromethane. Okay, linked with a methyl group to the phosphate group is very simple. You can write if you want in detail like this. You can put 3 bonds and elaborate also. 1 chlorine, 2 chlorines, 3 chlorine. It can also be written like this. CCl3. Okay, triclophos sodium. And if you see the structure of paraldehyde, oxygen, oxygen, another oxygen. Okay, and the 3 carbons have methyl groups substituted on them. So this is the paraldehyde, trimethyl trioxane. 3 oxygens are there, right? So trioxane. 3 methyls are there, no? Trimethyl trioxane. We can call it as trimethyl trioxane by putting their corresponding numbers. So it is actually a polymer of acetaldehyde. Okay, polymer of acetaldehyde. So these are the chemical structures of the drugs which are there in the sedatives and hypnotics, and you need to practice them till you get them hold and they are on your fingertips. Okay, in the next session we look at our structure activity relationship.